here for the meeting. Oh, thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
No,
Hi.
you're good.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm
Good.
How are you?
Hello, Kelly.
You need to sign in, please.
I'm sorry, but that's.
It's a secure facility. You need to sign in, please. It's a secure
Can you
facility.
please show me that policy?
You just need to sign in, please.
Can you please show me the policy, Kelly?
Just please go and sit down.
Thank you.
I'll sign you.
Yeah, we switched it the first of the year, and so, and I didn't realize it did
That corner over there.
same days.
Okay, the flag. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Board meeting now is the second Wednesday of the month, so I hustle here. Buzz up there.
Yeah. Ours was last night, and then we got a joint meeting tonight, I think. Veterans Day. 6, so whatever.
Would you slide me under the waters, please?
That's pretty good.
I was like, yeah. I was like, correct.
Right on the money.
That was easy.
Quite happy with those. She works at the bar. That's what I figured it was.
Well, yeah, I guess it would be more like that. My brain went to curling.
Mike's daughter stepped out and bought a bar.
My sister moved from Vegas, Olympics were out, but when she moved back, and she wasn't doing much, she was taking care of my mom. My wife come home, and we're watching the curling, and she's like, and it was like every day she'd come home and curling. She goes, what is there, curling TV? I'm like, well, it's kind of interesting. Never watched it before, it's kind of interesting.
Some of my family members went as like a family outing. They went and did curling. But it was fun. They had fun.
We're up north.
I don't know where it was in Michigan. That's all I can tell
You
you.
guys, this Traverse City, Carolina.
Okay, that's possible.
But it's big as Canada.
One of the daughters lives in
Yeah, I
Grand
can't
Rapids.
remember.
My name is Susan.
I can't remember where,
I'm the person who has
my,
submitted the FOIA
son
appeal.
played hockey at one place.
And I'm
they had a
wondering if I will
curling.
have a chance to speak to
And
that
I
appeal
don't think it was Canada, I think it was,
when it comes up on the agenda,
it was in
or if
Michigan.
I have.
Yeah, they
words
were in
that I should
Michigan.
say
They weren't in
during
Canada, so.
Public time.
During public.
Public time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I got one more minute.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order and pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. Tracy, are we missing?
Mike Boski's
Oh, Mike
excused.
is-
Okay.
He
Mike is
emailed
gone.
in, said he wouldn't be present.
Excuse, all right. Changes or additions to the agenda?
I have no changes or additions.
Okay, very good. Now we're getting into public comments, and each person will have a limit to 3 minutes. Do we have any public comments?
Hi there. My name is Susan Huff, and I'm from Elba and Monroe Townships. I am the person on the fee appeal today. GLTA is a public agency, and as such, you have a lot of requirements you need to follow. One of them has to do with FOIA. You pay a coordinator that should be budgeted for. There should be costs covered in your budget for that. I was not able to find any information on your budget when I looked on your website. It's not there. Budgets, FOIAs are not intended to create income. they're an expense of your business, and they do allow you to charge for incremental expenses beyond basic FOIAs. I would like you to know that I submitted the same FOIA as I mentioned in my appeal. Took Elba 3 hours to reply to me. They returned 101 pages, they charged me nothing. Took Lapeer Township 1 day, they returned 26 pages, charged me nothing. Oregon Township, 2 days, 10 pages, charged me nothing. Deerfield, 2 days, 37 pages, and that was around $34, I believe. City of Lapeer, 4 days, 32 pages, 11, 16, or 17. GLTA, 5 days, they provided minutes to me at no cost. The minutes that I was refused access to when I asked to review the minutes, which is required by the Open Meetings Act. They are to be open for review here in your offices. And I was told I would have to FOIA them if I wanted to see the minutes. Mayfield Township took 6 days. They had not asked for an extension, so they were a day late. They returned nothing. They said no records exist. That's an interesting one because I have another FOIA in, and based on the worksheet, there are 77 pages that your executive director has to return to me on emails to Mr. Engelman, but Mayfield Township had none. The appeal was in violation of your policy, your own policy. The case with some townships, but they weren't so excessive. $11, $34, that's not so excessive. I really don't see how it can take 10 units, 2.5 hours of time to search for emails that are limited to a 9-month period. There is a Court of Appeals ruling, which is on the bottom of the City of Lapeer sheet. It is also on the new sheet that GLTA is using that states that you cannot charge unless it's an unreasonable FOIA, an unreasonable amount of research is required, and that you have to state the reason why it's unreasonable and why it is different from your usual FOIAs. I think the rest of the appeal stands for itself, and I thank you for your consideration.
Okay. Your comments are duly noted. All right, do you have any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay, let's move into action items. Approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. We now go to the meeting minutes. September 2025.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes, with one minor change. It's just a Scrivener's error. It says Debbie Alver.
I'll support.
Okay, support. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we get into the bill list. We're moving to September 2025. We'll need a motion for approval.
I make a motion to approve the bill listing for September 2025.
Okay, do we have any further discussion?
I just had a question I wanted
Yes.
to check. Crossroads Marketing LLC, Rights to Wellness Advertising. What was that, in newspaper or?
Yeah, and the commercial.
Oh, okay. And then I was just wondering, seeing how shut down that, did our Rights to Wellness through the vets, did that pick up? See, I don't know if it affected them over there. Remember how we have Rights to Wellness there on their vans?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I was just wondering if it picked up in September, October with the government being shut down.
The vegetable wellness, yeah, because that's all donation money.
Yeah.
That's 100% donation from a grant that I
We
have.
have, right.
Well, the grant that I have, and then also I have to get private donations to meet that grant. So the Legion actually has been.
But our ridership went up with the shutdown.
For the veterans or for the rights to wellness?
Right, well,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, we didn't shut down at all,
yeah.
so that didn't affect us at the state level.
Okay,
Yeah, and then I had another one, Monroe Electric, lighting and conductor, for 614.
Replacing some of the lightings in the garage.
Okay, just routine maintenance there?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, usually electrical, they get paid so much per hour, so usually 2 or 3 hours and,
Our maintenance, guys did the changing of the bulbs out.
oh, okay, okay, yeah,
any further discussion
that's it.
on the bill list? Okay, we'd like to have a voice vote on this one.
You don't have
support on it yet.
Oh,
I'll support it.
Support, okay, thank you, Marilla. Okay, let's move on to the vote, voice vote.
Sanchez? Yes. Barber?
Yes.
Hartley? Yes. Engelman?
Yes.
Green?
Yes,
Palmer?
Yes.
Alverson?
Yes. Motion passes. All right, moving on to the bill list for October 2025.
just had a question on, is payment to one vendor, Bennett Asphalt paving for back here in the northeast. He got that all done, I guess we paid him $4,034,660.
Right, the, amount that, we had through the procurement was the 34,660. He had not, bid it correctly and needed some additional asphalt to be able to, because of that
Finish
low
it up.
dip, to finish that up, so that was
Get it
the
fixed or
additional amount,
something.
yes,
And did they strike the?
yes. Yep.
So I had pretty good weather to do it
We
there.
made it in the 3 days before the rain,
Dry, yeah,
Yeah.
so that should be pretty well set there.
right, and then we'll be doing hopefully phase 2, probably not till the spring, because we'll have to wait for the
Ground
plants to be open again,
Yeah.
because they won't be able to give me prices for the procurement.
Yeah, well, that was a good time. Yeah, that's all I had.
Was that Bennett?
Yes,
Bennett was,
yes.
okay. All right, any further discussion? Okay, we'll need a motion to approve the bill
I'll make
list.
a motion to approve October 2025 bill listing.
I'll support it.
Okay, any further discussion? A voice vote, Tracy?
Green?
Yes.
Hartley? Yes. Engelman?
Yes.
Sanchez? Yes. Palmer?
Yes.
Barber?
Yes.
Alverson?
Yes. Motion passes. Okay, now we move on to MDOT, Michigan Department of Transportation. Project authorization 2022-0059/P17-FY 2026-Specialized Services Operating Assistance Program. And you've got in your packet the project authorization. You have the information on the project.
Right. Email.
Okay, thank you. So that project authorization is for teamwork. It is, they are passed through for, through GLTA for Teamwork's Operating Assistance Program. So that's the 31,000 that they get, yeah,
Okay.
275.
So it's just like every year you get it.
Correct, just, yeah,
Right.
it's just a complete 100% pass-through for them, through us.
All right. Any further information on that? Okay, we will need a motion for approval.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Now, we go into a repair of van 107.
So that was the repair, in the amount of $5,804.69 for the repair of van 107.
Okay,
the board had received all the information. I have it here in case the board wants to review it, but I do have all the information here. So it was something that was presented to the board. It was actually in January that this was sent out to everybody. We didn't have a meeting in February, so I had, it did get missed to be put on the, March, agenda, so I just need, that approval at this point.
So it's all been fixed.
It's been
So,
fixed.
And on the road.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, very good. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment.
107.
107.
I'll second it.
Support, okay. Any, further discussion? All right, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, dropping down to bus number 40, repair.
So that was the transmission repair for the amount of $5,632.60. Again, the board had received all of the information on that repair, and I just need to get that approved for payment.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Correct.
Yes, we have.
I'll make a motion that we, accept the payment for the repair on bus number 40.
Support.
Support, okay, further discussion? We'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now we get into 2026 employee benefit proposal. We've got the packet in here.
There is one change or addition that I'd like to pass out to everybody, so I'll kind of, and it's for the dental.
One page each.
Oh, for the dental?
Is it one page?
Just one page each.
Okay. Does this have to do with copay?
No, what that is currently now, for the dental, they have a maximum of $1,000.
Yes.
And this would increase it to, 1,500.
Okay.
Thank you, I just wanna make sure I had enough. So with the overall increase from the 1,000 to 1,500, which I would recommend, because, the total amount of the increase for the annual amount is, 2,492 for everybody that we have. And like everybody knows, if you go to the dentist, everything hasn't increased. I used to manage a dental office, and a crown used to cost $350, and now for post-core and crown, it's closer to, closer to, yeah, I was gonna say closer to $1,500 to $2,000. So, I think this is, for the, nothing's minimal, but still for under $2,500 for the annual cost, I think that's a good bang for our buck to make that change. So,
For the employees.
and it is very good for the employees. Other than that, the increase, which I thought, compared to most, staying with the same, we do have two options of, medical insurance that everybody gets to choose from, which the employees have really liked having that option. We have some in each plan, so it makes it very nice that they are able to do that. Depending on their, current situation as far as children, marital status, if they're single, just any of their health benefits that they need. It's really been beneficial, for that. So the total, increase is like, 13%, just a little over 13%, 13.04. So there is an increase, but we are actually considerably less than, I know at Elba Township, the increase was quite substantial. So I believe with the amount of employees that we have, with the age, that it was able to keep that down a little bit. My recommendation, would be to keep, we did look at other plans through, the benefit package when they came and did the presentation, but the cost would have been substantially higher for the employees. And for just having that 15% increase, I feel that this is our best option for GLTA and for the employees as well, with the increase of, so my recommendation would be to keep with the same two plans that we have offered as of last year, and to do the change for the dental from the $1,000 maximum to the 15. Now, with that change from the 1,000 to the 15, everything else stays the same, nothing else changes as far as that plan. So it's just the amount of the full maximum that they have.
And that's calendar year coverage?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I knew we changed it.
Yep, it starts, January 1st of 2026 for anybody that's eligible.
And how the employees really haven't had, too much,
They, no, it's been very good.
pretty smooth sailing?
Right, yep. And as far as like, because we right now have Delta Dental and Delta Optical, that it's been very competitive price-wise. And everybody, you know, seems to, you know, take both of them, you know, so I know with the Delta Dental, that's, you know, one of the very big ones. And
Yes.
it's local to Michigan, which is nice as well, but even the optical, it's really been a very big plus having that Delta back there. So that would be my recommendation
And that's just for 1 year?
for 1 year only. Yep.
And they don't do multiple years, do they?
No,
No.
no.
So how they change it. I mean, it'd be nice to lock in.
Right, we do this every
I
year.
know.
That would be nice.
Not a change.
13,
Can't do an increase.
4 years or something. That'd be good.
Oh,
Right.
yes, yes,
I'm not buying cars here.
okay. Do we have a motion here for the,
I'll make a motion to accept the 2026 employee benefit proposal.
I'll second.
support? Okay, support. Any further, discussion?
Kelly's done her legwork here, so
Okay,
your chances.
all right, let's,
Do you need the motion to include the increase with the dental?
I think that would be good to show that
Oh,
increase.
Alright, let's see. I make a motion for the 2026 employee benefit proposal with the increase to the Delta Dental plan of up to $1,500.
For 15, that's $1,500.
okay, good. Any further discussion on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now we get into a FOIA appeal. And you have information there in your packet. And this has to do with the processing fee. And there's a couple of ways we can go on this, and we need to discuss it. And one is a waiver of all fees, and the other one would be denying the appeal. So, we need to take a look at this.
It still could be, even if the board decided to, grant the appeal, but even have, they don't have to completely waive the charges, they still could, you know, have a certain amount of charges that they felt were reasonable. So it's either, either way, or the denial would be that the appeal itself would be denied. So it could be either way.
All right. Has everyone read through this? Okay. Is there any discussion on this matter from the board itself? Anyone want to make any comments?
I'll make a motion to deny the appeal at present.
Maybe we should have some discussion here. I just wanna, get both sides kinda, I know there's a cost doing this stuff, and freedom of information, just like this electrician or they get paid. They get paid for doing dollar amount. And I know what it says in maybe our handbook, but I'm just going on common sense here. So I can see if you're requesting maybe a paper or two, you know, if that's minimal. But if you gotta do 77 pages and you're taking time out of your day, there's an hourly rate that's gotta be followed too there. You know, otherwise you're gonna have an avalanche of people requiring these requests there. And I don't know, I heard the young lady there say, you know, you should have a freedom of information person there. Well, it's just like anything else. How many people can you put on your staff and pay and still be, kind of profitable? I mean, like she says, we gotta work with the taxpayer money, and we've only got so much dollars here. And if you look on our next statement there, you're gonna see the first month here, we lost $113,000. So, you know, there's no free lunch on some of these, but you still gotta get the information out there. And what the main question is, what is reasonable? You know, is $11 reasonable? Is $500 reasonable? It all depends what the work is there, you know. So you gotta look at it that way too, and what the time people are putting into, if you're pulling them off one job to do another there. But, and what was it, $143 or something? And if you put in the time there, I guess, you know, people gotta remember that it's taken, yeah, it is taxpayers' money, and we are here to serve the taxpayer, but I think you gotta say, you know, they're doing a service that ordinarily you wouldn't have to. You know, I like transparency. Transparency is good. I don't care what people say, but you also gotta remember there's a cost in doing some of this stuff, and as long as it's reasonable, I see no reason in 143, if she had to spend all that time making copies in that and trying to figure out what's going on, I don't see that as really unreasonable. I would see it unreasonable going $300 to $500 or, you know, it all depends on what you have to do to get people to get what they need, get what they want. So that's kind of my opinion, where I stand on that.
Okay, anything, any other comments?
I do. Go ahead. So my question, is to Kelly, on the labor costs, there's a breakdown here that says hourly wages and fringe benefit costs 32.65%, $25.61, charge in increments of $6.40. That's not the amount that we're charging. We're charging $11.45 in increment.
Correct.
So did we, based on what I read, we didn't clarify the dollar amount that we were charging per hour.
Unfortunately, this does not have this form, and that's why I went to the other form, because I think that other form has way more information to be able to be more accurate with that. So that adjustment was done after that, to be able to show what that is. I mean,
Okay,
I understand somebody would have had to,
you there, 'cause
somebody
I
had
did the
to do
math
it.
on this and I was like, this doesn't math,
correct,
so I can understand that question. My
correct.
second question is this, and I am a FOIA coordinator, so I'm curious about
All
this.
right,
Cause I like to know how other people do it.
Right.
So on the letters where it says, single and double-sided, 8 cents per sheet. Is it 8 cents per double-sided? And did we have 77 sheets, or did we have double 77?
I had 77 single-sided sheets. Is what I
Okay.
had. And I agree that, again, that's why I started using the new form, because I feel the new form is definitely more detailed to be able to show all of that and have a lot less.
Yeah, so I agree that that fee could be adjusted, because it's my understanding that even if you use single-sided, you charge for double-sided. So I would take the 77 and divide it by 2 times the 0.08.
Now, I guess explain that to me why you would, because it was still 77. Oh, because
Because you
but
could have double-sided it. Doesn't matter how you copied it.
okay.
But
because the request, I opted not to do double side, because the request was to have the document sent via email.
Mhm.
And I cannot do it double sided.
Mhm.
I have to do single side. So to me, if the person wanted just to pick it up,
Mhm.
I could have done double side on some of them, some of them wouldn't. But because the request was to retain the documents via email and having to scan it, I can't scan it as a double-sided document.
I understand. That makes sense. The way that I handle it, I only charge for double-sided, even if it's one page. If they get 5 pages, I charge them for 4. That's just how we do it. And I don't wanna say give a break, but that's how I have a 5,000 page or FOIA, they're never gonna pick up. My last, I guess my comment is, though I understand the concern of the fee, my experience with FOIA and the reason for charging FOIA is because we only have 5 days to get them answered.
Yes.
And that immediately pulls you off whatever you are doing,
Uh-huh.
and you have to gather it, send it out. I think in this case, based on the request, you were the only one who was able to do that, so there was not a lower paid employee that could have done it. So that's why you're able to charge for the higher fee, correct. The one question I did have for the requester, if I may ask, is, I couldn't find anywhere in the law that said that you had to specify what the unreasonably high cost was for.
I don't know if I can quickly find the documents for you, but your policy states that. Your FOIA policy states, unless the failure to charge a fee would result in unreasonably high cost to GLTA because of the nature of the request in the particular instance, and GLTA specifically identifies the nature of an unreasonably high cost. That's in your published policy.
Yeah, the attorney pulled that right out of the law. But that's exactly what I read too, but it just, so I guess to me, that would be an interpretation in the sense of, again, am I being pulled off this job that I have to do right now and it's gonna take me X amount of time? That costs time in other
Yes.
places.
Yes.
That was my question, is because I couldn't find it myself.
And if I can, again, it shows below that what the law does say and what your policy does say about the factors that should be used to determine.
Okay.
Hold on, one more, sorry. The question or the appeal regarding the extension, and the 67 minutes, you had already met the time frame. You didn't have to get an extension.
The only reason why I had put that on there was because, again, getting that information to the, respondent and not being able to produce those documents, but I just said it would have to go possibly into an extension.
Correct, but I think you don't do as many FOIAs.
No, I mean, I do
Consider
them,
yourself
but not,
fortunate.
right,
Once you've sent that letter or that response,
that's it.
that's it. You don't have to have, that's up to the requester, how long they wanna take to pick it up. But I think at that point, you had already met your 5 days, so I didn't think you needed to ask for the extension.
Okay.
That's my take on it, and I will say that, you didn't attend that FOIA class, did you? No.
I did not.
I just did a 8-hour FOIA training, and there's a lot that can be left up to interpretation, and there's a lot that can be, I think it was a decent idea that you gave the minutes without charging for the minutes, but I do think that you should be able to charge for your time.
Anything further?
No, I'm done, thank you.
Okay, thank you for that information. We now have a motion out there, it hasn't been supported yet, but Dan made a motion to deny the request, and what we'd have to have there is support for that motion.
I'll support it.
Support for the motion. Okay, we've had any further discussion? I think we've discussed it thoroughly here, I believe. I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, now we're going to move into the wage committee. This is the time of the year where we review wages. And it's always quite interesting because we have to do comparables. There's a lot of input, a lot of work involved in that. And what we've done is we've looked for available funding. We discussed current wage levels, inflation rates, local cost of living.
One more time.
I,
Got it?
Don't never mind, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got a lot of paper here.
Recruitment of new employees. We talked about retention of current employees. And annual budget constraints. This was all reviewed. We had 2 meetings in September. We had a meeting on the 18th, and we had a meeting on the 25th. And at that meeting, there was myself, Mike Bosky, and Harry Bales, and the same thing on the 25th. And Ramona did say that she wanted to attend, but that something did come up and she couldn't do it. So we went on and had the meeting, and we did comparables with other transits, and we decided that we would go forward with this recommendation. Hourly employees, a 60 cent per hour increase, which is 3% compared to last year, effective the first full pay period in January 2026. The finance and operations manager, a 3% wage increase, effective the first full pay period in January 2026. We have also recommended a cost of living adjustment, COLA. COLA based on the 2026 Social Security Administration rate, which is at 2.8%, to be paid as follows. 1.8% in December 2025 and 1% in May 2026. It's interesting because normally we have a final figure at the beginning of October, late September. It was 2.7%. You probably have seen that. And late in October, it's very rare, they change it to 2.8%. So we did catch that, and so we factored that in to these figures. So this is our recommendation, and we would like to have approval of these recommendations. And is there any discussion concerning that?
Just wondering, what drivers, what's the range of our drivers before this, dollar-wise?
I have that.
do you have the current one?
I have a January 25.
Okay.
Is that?
Yep, that should be right.
Yeah, we have it here, and we used it, discussed it. What do you want, the drivers?
Yeah.
They're $20.35 an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
The only reason I bring this up, Detroit had a election there, and I think they bumped their drivers from like $25 to $30 on their mass transit drivers there. I know they're a bigger unit.
Did they threaten a strike or something?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think they threatened a strike.
Yeah, they did. But I was just wondering where we
Those are
compared
units.
to.
Right.
But we're right, you've done surveys of where rural drivers, we're right in the ballpark or?
Correct. So, yes, and I got some information from some other transit directors on what their projections were going to be. 2 of them were doing the 3%. One was doing only a 1%, but she's over in Owasso and they're having a lot of hurdles right now. So that, you know, that was pretty much the consensus with most of all the transits that I talked to. I got 2 of them, or 3 of them to actually email me the information, but the others were saying that they were doing a 3% increase.
You met with Representative Daly and other representatives.
Mhm.
As far as funding for this new, I guess it'd be October 1st of 25 to.
The 2026,
Yeah.
yes.
Is
So-
that steady or?
You're
that
stealing
kind-
my director's
Oh,
report.
Yeah.
You like to steal my director's report. So yes, the funding did actually go through, so we're actually funded at the 271.6 million, which brings us pretty steady to where we were funded. There's also an addition of $35 million that they haven't allocated where that money's gonna go yet, so we're still trying to figure out how the legislators are going to divide that, but it is all going for transit. So as far as, that was one of the components, you know, that was discussed during the meetings is, you know, as far as we definitely wanna be able to fund it and make sure that we're, you know, gonna be able to.
Yeah, I guess
Sustain.
my only concern, as you've seen in the last few years, we've taken care of our employees pretty good.
Right.
And, you know, usually our payroll was, on a paycheck was like 35,000, now it's up to around 43, a couple there. And just, you know, how it's gonna affect the bottom line there, I guess that's always a worry, you
Right.
know. You know, we give out stuff, but also, you know, how steady our revenue's coming in gonna be to, you know, so we aren't bleeding red ink here and there.
Right.
So, but,
Which we should be, you know,
Pretty
with
good.
that, we should be fine with that.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah, that's
part of
fine.
the reason for September and October was not because of the government shutdown. Unfortunately, for some reason, MDOT didn't deem that, the rules needed to get funded, their money until, they were
slowed
not-
it down, they kept the
Yeah,
money versus
yeah.
dishing it out.
Yeah, so we had to wait and, right, so,
Okay, thank you.
but they do come across
Okay,
eventually.
I have a question.
Sure.
What was not FOIA, sorry, COLA last year? Wasn't it significantly higher?
You had a couple of leads.
Oh, no, I
Two
thought it
payments.
was like 7%.
No, that was
No.
before
Was
that.
that the year before?
That was the year
the
before.
year before.
Sorry, I'm a little
Wow.
behind.
Yeah,
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
That
I was
was
curious why we were splitting, it seems like 1%
a
would be a
huge
whole lot.
increase.
And I remember we did that, but I thought it was last year, so.
Right.
But we were
Right.
keeping steady with what the, Social Security is given.
We have.
So there's no real big,
Yeah, that's right.
either way, we're a steady eddy on that.
Okay.
Kelly, has there been any talk or any thought, because we're not union, correct?
no,
About rolling COLA in so that you don't give it out anymore?
well, it's just been part of what they've done on an annual basis. Just to kind of make it something to look forward to.
Sure,
And so that's why it's also split, because it makes it nice that it's something for the employees to look forward to. And it's been well received doing it that way, so I think it kind of shows a little bit of a difference, that they're
makes
getting opposed to a lot of times if it's just in the paycheck, you know, that it just becomes an everyday
Right.
thing, where having it this way, it just shows that, and it gets done on a separate, payroll. So, you know, it's not like high taxes get taken out of it, so it's just more of a nice benefit, a nice little push.
Sure.
So, I would recommend keeping it because I think it helps with morale, and, you know, I think the employees really like seeing it, where I think they would forget about it if it was done like that.
They sound like the firemen.
Oh,
So that would just be my, you know, recommendation.
any other further discussion? Okay, I'd like to have a motion on the Wage Committee's recommendation.
I'll make a motion on that, to accept
Okay,
the wage committee's recommendation.
Support.
support. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now we're gonna move on to discussion items and I want to discuss the income and expense statement for September and October 2025. You have that in your packet.
So September, we're, getting 12 months there. September, we had for the month, a little over 6,000 to the plus, and for the year, we're 76,000 in the hole. So, but we're still gonna have to wait on the audit, and
Correct.
see as far as receivables and payables. So within $100,000, I guess you don't have to show it all the time, but you'd like to be on the plus side. So that was September. And October's, which is 1 month, we're in a hole 113,000, so.
But again, that's because we didn't get the money in from PEMDA.
Yeah, so we'll probably, November hit twice the revenue, hopefully, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's all.
Any other comments?
No.
Okay. All right, Tracy, can you file the income and expense statements for September and October?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now we're going to the balance sheet, September and October 2025.
Yeah, as far as September, again, 12 months, 1 year. Not a whole lot changes. You know, we've got assets a little over 5 million. And most of that's in equity, vehicles and that, machinery, equipment, 31,000, but we are kind of liquid as far as, I think we're in good shape cash-wise and accounts receivable, so not a whole lot of liability. So, you know, we've got over 5 million in working capital. So, that hadn't changed that much for, October. We just lost 113, so that changed that. So that was pretty well it for me.
Any other comments? Okay, moving on to state, federal issues.
So the only thing that I have again, which we kind of already discussed a little bit when Harry asked that question, is with the extra 35 million, just if you talk to any of the legislators and by chance happen to remember, which I hope you do, just how that 35 million is going to be allocated. I know all the rules are asking those not to go into special programs, just a regular LBO, so that way it goes and just in the general fund for us to be able to operate. Because usually the special programs go to the bigger transits, so. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All right, now we're getting into open contracts, Kelly.
So, my MDOT project manager has approved the extension for, the 2, projects. So I'm going to be ordering a trans van and also, probably a cutaway. I wish I could be ordering, a medium duty, but unfortunately because of the price increase, hijacked, I guess I'll say, that the funds aren't there right now for the, project authorizations that I have to be able to utilize. I've been kind of waiting. We're looking, there's a new bus company out there that the mechanics really like how the quality of the current buses are not as good. And
Where's this new company?
they're it's Holland Bus, so they've been doing school buses all the time.
Oh.
Yep, so we got to view it. We've seen this, but yes. They actually would be produced in New York though. They bought Nova Bus over, So the company actually originated in Canada, but they have purchased Nova Bus, which is in New York. So they would be under the Buy America, so that would be in compliance with that. Yeah, so with that, I'm trying to wait. If I don't find out, I know that I was trying to get under an RFP that Grand Rapids was going to write for this bus, because then I wouldn't have to do a procurement. If I have to do a procurement, I can't do it. We just have to purchase it off a state contract, but then with that, we end up with a Forest River, so, or slash Champion, which it was Champion that we had next door, but they're not, they're all technically Forest River. So, if I don't hear anything, cause I know my project manager is pushing me to get the order in.
I was gonna say, is it taking that much longer when you order to get a bus here versus because they gotta get parts in Canada and Mexico?
No, because they'd be pulling everything from Nova Bus. So no, actually, if I was able to order the bus from Holland Bus, they have a turnaround of like 4 months to 6 months. Where if I get it from Hoekstra, it's, when you get it, you get it. I mean, just like, you know, the 9 buses that we received, it was, okay, you can come check your bus out tomorrow, you know, so there was no, we just had to wait until it was ready and.
To their schedule.
Right. So.
How's the fleet doing as far as, pretty good on numbers and ready for winter and that kind of?
Oh, most definitely with that. We've had a lot of, you know, repairs, because I call them the COVID buses, because they've had some, you know, issues with that. Luckily, you know, between Hoekstra and Forest River, they have at least, we've had to take, you know, some up to get some actual work done on them. My guys have done, you know, some of the work here in-house to be able to do that, which we're able to charge back to, you know, to Hoekstra and Forest River to be able to get payment for that time. But, and then also when we take it to the body shop, because there's some work on the body shop that needs to be done.
So we're in good shape for the winter time.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, ready for home.
Yeah.
And as far as I see, drivers and that, we're always could use a couple more, or?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
but
We're
we got enough
good.
to, we're
Right.
still able to carry on.
Right.
Okay.
So the only other thing, you know, with the project that I have for the pavement of resurfacing and striping, we did phase 1, and then we're, depending on how much that I can do on phase 2, I'm looking to do like in front of like the building where the circle is, because that seems to be when there's a train, that seems to be like the roundabout. So it does get quite a bit of traffic that is not just GLTA traffic. So, and then maybe this parking lot here, so we'll see how that goes. So,
Alright,
but that won't be till the spring.
Right.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you, Kelly. All right, Executive Director's Report.
Okay, that's me again. So, this is a Rides to Wellness Customer Service Satisfaction Survey that we put in all the vehicles and we have available to, the drivers pass them out, just so that way we can get some response back with this program, since, you know, is one of our newer programs that I've pushed for, and I love this program because it's a county-wide program. But the questions that we ask are: how satisfy you with your ride? Was your driver friendly and courteous? How would you rate your driver? Did your driver or did you arrive to your appointment in a timely manner? Comfort, roominess, temperature, ease of access. How often have you used Rides to Wellness? We want to know if it's a return or a new. Would you recommend us? So this is just a recent one that I had from November 10th. This person was a first-time passenger, and we got the high marks on all of them. And her trip was to pick up medication and groceries, and she said to thank you for the service. It's a much-needed service. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a report of how important every single one. I have not gotten any bad. I mean, all my drivers are awesome, but my, you know, Rides to Wellness, they do a little bit more because it's door to door. So they are, have to do a little bit more, but it's just been an amazing program for our community. So, thank you guys for letting me push for it and get it, so. So the rest of it, we went over the parking lot. Again, I submitted the, MDOT federal questionnaire for rural and tribunal, NOFO to support, the updated environmental and engineering design for the work for the property across the street for hopefully future, facility, upgrade and build. So I haven't heard anything back from that, so I'm hoping there was only 2 transits, cause it was for rules that actually put in, we were one, and then there was another. They could decide not to give Michigan any money. I'm actually, hoping and praying that both of us get funded for this project, so that way, with the environmental, it needs to be updated, and then, I've been working with Flint, to be able to be in line, if I can get this, to get another grant to help us fund to be able to get that expansion across the street that we would love to be able to do, because it would be nice to have a fueling station, also additional parking and the additional office, because I see that our Rights to Wellness program is taking off, which means I'm going to need more space for that. Right now, we're doing it all in one office that's housed in the middle and no windows, so it's really kind of so, but again, very happy to get that done. With the work with the MTA and then myself going over to Lansing, again, we were able to get that additional, because we were concerned about the funding, so we were able to get that $45 million increase to what they originally said, plus the additional $35 million that hasn't been allocated. On Monday, I did go to our small urban meeting, and that was with the Transit Road Commission and the City of Lapeer. So through that, for fiscal year 2028, GLTA will be receiving $57,100. I've allocated that towards right now currently for a bus, which will not be a full bus payment by any means anymore. I used to be able to buy a bus for $65,000. Now that bus costs me $165,000. I know, it's ridiculous. And I mentioned that at the meeting. I'm like, a regular car didn't go up 3 times, so why are these vehicles going up 3 times the amount? It doesn't make sense to me. Again, working with MTA and the regional coalition on regional services, we are looking to bulk up our supplies so that way we can, I'm gonna say tires, that we all purchase tires, and that way we'll be able to get them from maybe one distributor and be able to get a better price because of 4 of our transits going in together. With that, MTA has already done a procurement on scheduling software, which would be awesome because the software that we have does, get us where we need to go, but we are still to be in the dark ages on certain things that I feel would be necessary for our passengers, and then also our drivers, and then our dispatchers, so that way. But and the great thing about that, because it would be under MTA, we wouldn't have any upfront costs. We'd only have the annual licensing fee. So I still don't know. They haven't been able to give us what that number is. So I mean, that still is a thought process. Nothing is going forward at this point. We're just still.
This is through their vendor, MTA's vendor?
Yeah, they did the full procurement with it. And
or is it through MTA through the state of Michigan?
Well, it's just MTA. The state of Michigan will fund that project.
Right.
But it's
they're on their own getting a good vendor.
Correct. They went out and looked at the different vendors. So this, if possible, I mean, if we, think that this is something plausible that we can afford, that would link MTA, STARS, SATA, and GLTA together. Not that they could not schedule our people, but they could look at it like we could look at the rides over there. So that way, it would also assist if we were having somebody come from Lapeer into Genesee County, then we would be able to look at those rides to see if we could link something up. So exactly. So, it's not going to happen right away, but hopefully it is something. MDOT is also changing over their software from PTMS to PTIMS. They're hoping that will be live within the next month or 2. I went for a training for that a couple weeks ago. So I'm concerned just because I know that they still had questions at the training on, we still have to, put this into it looks to be very user friendly. So I'm hoping that it's really going to make a difference, because if too many people are doing reports on PTMS, it crashes.
Is that a state program?
Yes.
That explains it.
I know. And it's like 35.
You release it and then you say, but
We can only do this. But the current program right now is like 35 years old, so it definitely needs to be updated. So I'm sure there's still gonna be some growing pains. So that's all I have.
Okay, well, thank you, Kelly. Now we get into a ridership report for September and October 2025.
So, and I did show the ridership. So for the general ridership for the bus traffic for September, it was not just under 9,400 riders, and the rides to wellness was 547. So that is amazing numbers. But October we beat those numbers, so we were 10,526 for October for regular bus traffic, and our rides to wellness was 717. So just a little over 11,200 was our ridership for the month of October. So we're out there in the community.
You certainly are.
And right now, I'm doing a contest for all of our employees here to have them guess on an annual basis from fiscal year 2025 on how many miles that we actually drove, and whoever's closest to the number gets a $10 gift card from the Dog House Coffee Shop that I'm donating. Because I don't drink coffee, and I'm like, I gotta find a purpose for it. So I thought it would just be something fun, so. That's all I have.
Okay, I'd like to make a comment. You may not know this, but yesterday was Veterans Day, and I happened to be here. And in the lobby, Kelly and GLTA had little gifts for the there's 4 veterans
Four
here,
veterans, yeah.
and she had a little gift package for the veterans here. I thought that was so nice.
Really?
Yeah, very nice.
Now, that's all donated by Kelly because it can't come from GLTA's funds.
Yeah,
So that was all, so just so that everybody knows that none of that money or whatever, because there's actually candy and a gift card in there for each one of our veterans to tell them thank you. So.
That's exactly what I brought it up.
Did you get one, Glenn?
No, I didn't. Thanks,
You
Wayne.
didn't get one? You didn't get one?
Oh, I didn't get one.
You're not an
Would you-
employee.
she'll get you a Yeti.
Yeah.
I'm not an employee.
But he's a
No,
vet.
no, I didn't, but that impressed me, that little gesture that she did, strictly her idea, and it just, I don't know, something about that was really, really nice.
Thank
It hit me in a certain way.
Yeah,
So,
we're
okay,
Thank you.
our next meeting will be on December 10th, and I have no further comments, so what the next thing would be,
Motion to adjourn.
a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
This meeting is adjourned.
And
Thank you
the
very much.
December one apparently is already adjourned. So
Oh, is that-
we're good.
Thank you.
It said it's adjourned.
All right.
That's, Dan, that 425, did it go through you guys already?
I have not talked to Mike. I met with him, and he hasn't got back to me.
Okay, but
Okay,
Put
so
it
our
on
3
our
guests, since we're a secure facility, I need to shoot John out of here.
to do a public hearing for it. He says, he's got the
I told him we're not in-
contract.
We're not in objection to it
Then
at
what's your
all.
mistake?
We are, my thing was the city was taking from us. I said, you're not taking our tax revenue this
Were you here
time.
before?
Not our fault.
Yeah.
So my agreement, and Mike had a great idea, he said, give us our tax revenue, we'll take it, we get left over, perfect, that's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's a simple
solution.
I don't have a
was
lot of
thinking when I saw
experience
you
with
today, I
four
was like,
twenty-five, so I'm like, does this have to go to the
He
boundary
didn't either,
commission?
but he's looking into it. He,
Have a good day. You
yeah,
too.
we had a good meeting.
Okay.
Nathan, our assessor was there, your assessor was there,
Denise,
Huh?
Denise Marinelli,
I don't know her name. Anyway,
that's her.
no, it was a guy. It was-
Tim, younger guy?
Yeah.
Tim.
Okay.
Denise is about to
Susan, I need you
retire.
to leave. This is a
I
secure,
would like to stay until there's no
No.
longer a quorum.
no, you need to leave. This is a secured facility. Thank you. The
Why are
meeting
we-
is over. It's
Why are
adjourned.
we meeting in a secured facility? Open meetings are supposed to be open.
But anybody can come in. We allow anybody to come in, so.
Oh, shoot. All right. Good meeting.
Yeah, I'll see her tomorrow.
You going up to one?
Did you get one of these?
Susan, please
Leave it-
don't make
leave it
make
out.
me escalate this.
Leave it
You
out.
need to leave.
We don't need to escalate.
don't know about
You
that.
need
A
to leave,
quorum of
please.
this group is,
You need to
You
leave.
go to the run, you mix them.
Is that correct?
They give you a spiel.
Susan, I
why do you need
Oh.
me to
I'm,
leave an open public meeting when there's still a
Whatever your
quorum?
funeral things are.
Oh.
Just a-
The meeting's been
Can you
adjourned, she's
tell her
asked you to
I
leave.
can't make it.
Well, there is
But
a
if
quorum
they-
present,
If they
ma'am.
order being delivered to an Uber driver.
You need to
give it
go, or I'm
me.
gonna have the
I-
bus.
Okay,
You
so
go,
you're gonna have her,
please. That's your
Yeah.
privilege.
And,
And I am going to go very shortly because we are now no longer
I'm doing
a
good.
quorum.
Shrimp and, salad.
Thank you for understanding.
Okay,
Fixins.
I will let her know that. I will see her tomorrow morning.
She's still upstairs.
230 South Monroe.
Yes, she's with me.
I just need assistance here.
No, I know that, I know. But I had to bring it up, you know, I had to harass him about it, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you,
Yes. That we had a meeting and the meeting is over and I'm trying to escort the person out and she's refusing.
Kelly Bales.
son just got back from hunting ducks in Minnesota.
810.
Or not Minnesota.
14.
You can,
Yeah,
Chip,
he
you
was
get-
North Dakota.
you just go out. Yep.
Pardon? It's a, no, it's a female.
Okay.
Susan, is the door open? Okay.